Hello and welcome to another Gaming Sector podcast. I think this is the first one that we've done for quite a while now, but we're, the restrictions have started to be eased a wee bit, so we're all sort of getting back to normal-ish again, and that's why the podcast has been taking so long. So I am here at the Carrick Centre recording this today, and Josh
Hello,
is also here with me
in person.
for, we've met a
We met
few
last.
weeks, yeah.
We met like last week, but we've that is the longest time we've met.
Yes.
Hmm
I should say this is we're meeting safely, we're both wearing masks and we're both distanced as well, in case you were wondering. So we were trying to get this podcast live and we've not been very successful.
No, never.
We'll hope to do that by next week. So hopefully the new ones that we do will be broadcast live on YouTube, and those of you that are subscribed to this channel should be getting a notification about that, I hope, if it all works. And we're going to try and do it on a Thursday, but we're not going to really stick to any specific time. It just depends what time we've got, what else is going on, etc. But we'll get there. So we thought that this podcast, for the first time in a while, the subject of it is going to be new games that are coming up. And we had a little conversation about this last week, didn't we, Josh?
Yes, we did. Yes.
So what games did you think?
Alright, so the first one came to mind for me was going to be Resident Evil, but the time we talked about this already came out, so that's kind of gone backfired. So next one is Mass Effect: The Legend Edition. That one has all three of Mass Effects 1 and 3 remastered and up to date graphics. So you can play the old games but up to date. So more graphics. So
because the original games are available on the Xbox Game Pass at the moment for anyone that wants to play them. Although
you'll just have the original.
Yeah, although I always think it's nice to play a game that's remastered the original first and then play the remasters after it, so that you can see the difference and all the work they've put into it.
Because usually when they have these new additions, anyway, they would have like new weapons, new attachments, new different ways of how to do it this time.
Yeah. So what else did you think?
One came to mind was Far Cry 6. Yes.
Far Cry 6?
Yes, do you remember let's see, Far Cry, was it 2 or 3? Far Cry 3, when you're on the island, you have crazy people and all that?
Yeah.
Okay, that one, and then it was Far Cry Primeval, then it was Far Cry 4, where it's just like a church base, and then number 5 apocalyptic, but just more crazy people. Number 6 is the actor who played in Breaking Bad. Not that actor. What's his name? Los Pollos. Yeah. Los Pollos. So yes, I believe he plays the bad guy in it because I believe he is manipulating the leader and there's a riot, and so I'm guessing we're the people who can try to stop this country's problems. I'm not sure anything. It was just only for the trailer. Not much is yet to know.
Do you know when that's coming out?
Not sure.
Is it this year or?
They probably believe it might be next year, but this is not. This is how games and new games are coming out.
What we discovered when we were looking at new games that were coming up, a lot of them were delayed because of coronavirus, and it's still going to have a lasting effect on many things for a few years, I would say.
Yes.
What else did you?
Let's see. Well, this one hasn't been no trailer or anything for that, but they've just say God of War 2 Ragnarok.
Oh.
Yes.
I enjoyed God of War, the one where he's going around with his son.
That is that one. That is the one.
I liked that one.
Yeah. Because so this time this would just be a continuous story from them, but I don't know how long it's been since. Well, what year or anything like that is going to take place anyway. No further information about it, but I'm looking forward to see what happens anyway.
Yeah, usually when they come out, they're very popular.
No, I mean it was the great one, good game. I've enjoyed playing so much. Even when I was at college, I even did some work on that.
Really?
Work on that. I did a study and all that for it. So
that's good.
Yeah, Simon, do you have anything?
Yes. Now, as I was saying to you last week when we were trying to go through this stuff, I don't really like this certain games that I hear about and I'm desperate to play, and they're usually a long time before they come out, or there's not a lot of information about them. And one of those games is a game called Skull and Bones, which is a pirate game, and everyone kind of gets the idea that you and I both enjoy Sea of Thieves, and I really like it, as I keep saying. And this is going to be a piracy and naval warfare game, more realistic than Sea of Thieves is, because Sea of Thieves is a wee bit, but you know, it's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be not take itself too seriously. But this one's supposed to be a serious pirate game with all the sort of physics and the ships that are quite historically accurate, I believe.
Yes.
And when I was researching it to see if they had released an update on when it was coming out, I discovered that there's actually been a TV series commissioned of it before the games even come out, which is very interesting. But the time frame for it is between April 2021 and March 2022. So it could be any time.
Yeah.
But it looks really good. It looks fun. There's a few trailers. If anyone's interested, search for Skull and Bones on YouTube, and you'll see some of the trailers. It really does make you want to buy it. And then the next thing on my list was Resident Evil Village, but we said
it's
already out. And I was, after our conversation, I was tempted to buy it, but I don't know if I've mentioned on these before, but I'm not a fan of horror.
Same here. I mean, I would occasionally play it, but after a few minutes, I'm out.
So I decided to play the demo last week, and no, I couldn't go through with it. There's a section you've got to walk, and when you're walking, branches snap under your feet, and it made me jump, and I was like, no. But I think we both read up about it. We won't spoil anything for you, but we both read up about the story, because that was quite intriguing in the trailer, wasn't it? And after that, the only other thing I said was a sequel to Ark Survival Evolved. It's just called Ark 2, and I believe it's going to be, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be an Xbox exclusive for a wee while.
Possibly.
But that would make sense, because was it not out originally on Windows first?
I think, did it?
Probably. I think for the testing and stuff it was out on that first. But there's not a lot known about it apart from, I think, Vin Diesel was in it.
Vin Diesel.
I think he was doing I think it's Vin Diesel, it's some actor like that, who's given his facial reconstruction or facial recognition thing to play a character in it. But that should be quite fun, because the first game's fun but broken.
Yeah, a lot of games have one there.
Yes. So yeah, that's some of the new games. There's loads of other new games.
Oh yeah, there's many we didn't.
But these are just the ones that appeal to us specifically. So we were talking earlier, and we decided that we're going to have different roles in these podcasts. So I am going down sort of the Xbox route at the moment. So I'm going to be the Xbox correspondent, and you, Josh, are going to be the PlayStation correspondent. Yes. What we mean by that is we're going to do a little bit at the end of these podcasts where it will be what's new on the Game Pass, or what new announcements there are about Xbox, or that type of thing. So I think it will just be once a month or one podcast a month. So do you want to go first?
Sure, no problem. So for the PlayStation, it'll be the PlayStation Now. This is a monthly subscription, so you can play any games, but you have to stream it with internet for a month. So there are 3 games that have just been released. Nihon is a kind of a Dark Souls one, but Japanese based. And then Jump Force, kind of an anime based game. So you'll be a fighting character. So you'll be just kind of it's fine. And as well, Streets of Rage 4. I believe this one is a racing game. Yes, it is a racing game. So you'll be a nice good racer. And now as well, there's the PlayStation Plus monthly games. So you'll get 3 games for any of the PlayStation. So the one is Battlefield 5, so the newer version of the Battlefield 5. Good game, it's alright, not the best. And then Standard Deep, so this one is a survival one, so if you played any, you're just on an island trying to survive, that's all you have to do. And Reckless? So this one is kind of looks like a car racing game, so as well looks like maybe a bit of a demolition as well, so it would be crashing and all that, so interesting. 7.
Yeah, did you say Wreckfest was the last one?
I
in that
don't know,
list?
did I say Wreckfest? I don't know. Yep, Wreckfest.
That's a good game. That's fun.
Yeah, that's a new one. Well, hang on. I apologize. Wreckfest is only available on the PlayStation 5. The rest are on PlayStation 4. Since monthlies they choose anyway, so that is how they're going to do that.
So, yes, I think 2 of those games are up. So, on the Xbox Game Pass, which is also a monthly subscription service, I believe it's like £9 a month. But it depends where you go. I think it's cheaper to do it every 3 months. And not that I'm suggesting that you would buy into a subscription service, but you'll all know what these things, how these things work anyway. So Wreckfest that Josh mentioned is also on the Game Pass, and
Battlefield 5.
Yes, Battlefield 5 is also on the Game Pass. So the new games on Game Pass as of today, the 13th of May, Final Fantasy X. I think that's how you pronounce it, and 10-2 is the sequel. I think that's how you pronounce it. And those, I haven't played Final Fantasy X, I have played Final Fantasy 9, which was the one before, a kind of medievally themed fantasy game with Zidane as the main character, and Quena and all those things. Fun game. That was out when I was, that came out when I was still in primary school, I think. So the next game that was released today on the Game Pass was Just Cause 4 Reloaded. I've played Just Cause 4, it's really good fun. It's a bit chaotic though. There's these people controlling the weather to cause sort of terrorist activity and tornadoes and such like, and the physics is good fun in it. And the last game that would be of interest to anyone is Psychonauts, because the sequel to that game, Psychonauts 2, is coming out this year, I believe, on the Xbox only. Psychonauts is another game I've been meaning to play but haven't played yet, and I really can't tell you much more about it than that, because it's a bit of a zany game. It's so that's what I'm going to be playing later, I think. Do you have anything else, Josh?
No, I think that's everything I've covered.
Yeah, so I think that's everything I've got today. So as I said, hopefully next week we'll be doing these live, and that just saves hassle trying to edit it and convert it into a video and then uploading it. And it'll just be a bit better. And in the meantime, on our channel, I think you said you were going to upload some gaming videos, Josh.
Yes, I was. Yes, there are some hiccups, but yes. Yeah,
and we are also going to arrange for us to do another multiplayer game, but not like
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves, and maybe It Takes Two, because I have that, and although you don't have it, I can give you a code and you can play it with me one day.
I can see if I can get it. But
yeah. So I think that's all for today. So thank you for listening to this podcast today, and look out for the next one.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye.
Enjoyed. Bye.